Hi, guys.
Hi there.
Look who I have here with me, Mr.
Hey, everyone.
Hathaway. Okay, I told you I was going to try to do that. So, welcome everybody. We've got a lot of new people here. Thank you, Sadie Nardini, my beautiful client and friend who sent a bunch of people this way. Give me some hearts and let me know this is working. We do have a change of plans, so I'm sorry, I don't want to disappoint you, but don't worry, I'm going to make it up to you. Here's the change of plans. Actually, let me stop and go back. Revolutionary Love. This is our Revolutionary Love group. We're all here committed to saying that we're going to do this love thing different. So every Wednesday at this time, 11 Pacific time, 2 Eastern, I am going to be talking about all things love and intimacy. Today's topic was going to be, kind of is, dating is not a relationship. Here's what's happening. I got up today, my business page is still not working. This page right here where I do the live stream, off and on I can post. So I just made a decision a little bit ago that I'm not going to do the full teaching today. In fact, I'm just going to say hi. Brian's going to say hey. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about dating and why I'm saying it's not a relationship that you can sit with and think about this week. And then we're flying out today to go to New Mexico. I'm going to be staying for a couple of weeks. And on Sunday, I'm going to give this full teaching. My fear, and I've had a few people say they're starting to post these live streams and then suddenly they're just going bye-bye and disappearing. I don't want to do a 45-minute to an hour teaching for you on this important topic of conscious dating, how we really start to date different and understand requirements and that kind of thing, and then just have it go bye-bye out into the ethers, and then I've got to figure out how to do it again. So it's really important to me that you guys get this information, okay? So welcome everybody. Hi Sarah, hi Patty, hi everybody. This is just going to be really short today, so please, I apologize. I've been so excited to do this teaching. I'm just going to talk for a few minutes. I want to ask Brian a couple of questions, and then mark your calendars for Sunday. Once I know that I can post back on my Facebook page and that you guys are actually seeing it, because I posted 3 things today that are not showing now. I'll give you the time for Sunday so that if you can jump on live, that'll be great. And if not, at least Sunday you'll have access to the full teaching. Okay? Bear with me. I'm so sorry to do this to you guys today. So anyway, the Mr. Hathaway, here he is. For any of you that are new to this and are new to me and new to Revolutionary Love, I'm a relationship coach, a dating coach, a relationship to self coach. I've been doing this for 21 years. And I was single for a lot of years until I met Brian a couple of years ago, and we've been married a year and a half. So anyway, and when I'm always talking about us or our relationship, I'm talking about Mr. Hathaway, so this is him. So I just thought it'd be fun. We're traveling today, so he's actually off working home. Probably be the only time that he can jump on with me. So he wanted to say hi, and since this is a dating topic, I wanted to ask a question. Okay, can I ask you a question?
You can. Fire away.
So, when we're talking about dating, you were divorced several years ago, quite a few years ago, whatever it was, and then you went through a period of dating several people and then dating one for a few years. So, what would you say that you learned during that dating time? Was there something that you were doing that was specifically blocking the dating process for you in terms of really, having a conscious relationship, having a high-functioning relationship, that kind of thing? Was there something that you could identify that you were consistently doing that was blocking that?
Yeah, I think I was willing to settle for less than what I deserved. And that other person was going to change, and change enough to make the relationship work in some way.
That's such a common one. That's probably one of the top 3 things that people do, and we're going to talk about this on Sunday, that people do that has them stay stuck in a dating someone or actually getting into a relationship because they tell themselves, I think if I just hang in there, actually this goes on in marriage too, I think if I just hang in there, is that what you're saying? Maybe it'll get better.
It's bound to get better.
Yeah. Guess what, guys? Yeah. It's actually the opposite. It's actually the opposite of that. And that applies to marriage too. When people say, I don't know, I noticed that the emotional connection started getting stretched too thin. I noticed that things were spiraling downhill. What they say is, and maybe you can relate to this, I didn't know what to do different.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do
And
different.
so I thought that time would just change things. Things
Exactly.
would get better over time. You guys, nothing gets better over time. Nothing gets better over time. We have to intentionally work on things for anything to get better. So that's a really, really common one. And then what you said is when we do that, then we settle.
We settle for
We
less.
settle for what's going on.
Yes.
So before I let you go finish packing, would you say then that when we started to date, what was different besides the fact that you met the most amazing woman in the world?
She is fabulous.
Okay, I'm joking. But besides
Unsolicited.
Besides that, what we don't just stop doing these things that we do. And I'm going to be talking a lot about that on Sunday. How we break these patterns.
Right.
What was it why did things change? What were you doing different when you and I met and started dating?
Well, many months before Barb and I met, I made a conscious decision to work on myself. And that was in the form of meditation. It was in the form of present moment living. It was looking inside and understanding who I was and how I wanted to be in the world. And that made all the difference. It opened the door to a lot of new things. And in this beautiful relationship that I have with Barb, there's nothing else that I could have done to make this what happened than doing those things.
I think you guys have all heard me talk so much, and that's going to be the continued theme through all of these live stream teachings, is everything always comes back to the relationship that we have with ourselves. So if you've got a problem and you're looking out there at what's going on with your partner or this person you're dating, or you're just starting to date, and you're going to use what I'm going to tell you to work on until Sunday, those requirements, once we're doing that and we're looking at ourselves and how we're really showing up, it changes everything. And what it immediately changes is us not settling. And that's what you're saying, is as you started to work on yourself, figure out who you were and what you needed and what you wanted, suddenly those thoughts that come in, like, maybe this will change over time, or maybe I'll settle, or whatever. Yeah.
They're not there.
I mean, they go away. You're saying, no, I don't.
There's no compromise.
No compromise.
Yeah.
No compromise. All right. Go pack.
Okay, babe.
Love you. And
bye, everybody. Off to New Mexico. Okay, remember, I'm Stedman to her Oprah.
Stop. Go on. Oh, my God. That was ridiculous. He's a dork. I'm a dork. So that's one of the things that, we have in common. Okay. So really quickly then, here's what we're going to do. Make a note. Hi, Chris. Make a note on your calendar that Sunday I'm going to do a live teaching from Albuquerque. Yay. And we're going to jump right back into this topic. What I want to do, and I'll post on Facebook when it's finally working again. I'll post on Facebook the time, so that if you can be there live, that would be really fun. I could take your questions and things. Let me just say a couple of things before I sign off right now. And I'm doing this because I'm not sure this is even going to post. So if this doesn't post and it doesn't work, I'll just put something on there and let you know the time on Sunday. Why do I say dating is not a relationship? What does that mean? So when we're dating, when we're out there using our requirements, which is what I'm going to talk to you about, so many people have this feeling that as soon as they feel a quick connection and they decide they want to have a second date, or, God forbid, a third date, that they suddenly are in a relationship. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is immediately becoming exclusive with that person. And I have a lot to say about this, and I've done this myself. So we're going to talk about that. If you can, one of the things that would help you the very most as you're dating, to really date differently, to date in a really conscious way, is for you to understand in your mind, hold this new mindset that dating is not a relationship. Well, what is it then? Dating is the time that we spend with someone. It might be 40 minutes over coffee, and that's it. Never to see that person again because we decide, oh my God, it's not a good fit. It might be 3 months of continually dating someone. That period of time is to be used to what I call sort and screen. Assess what's going on using only your requirements, nothing else. Nothing like, oh my God, it's so great, we both like Chinese food. Not those things. Not, she's so beautiful, I love her smile. Not those things. Those can be wonderful. They're not what we're using to assess the dating period. And what happens is when people start to say, oh, I'm starting to date someone, and in their minds start to go, oh, I'm in a relationship with this person, then all of a sudden the tendency is to stop sorting and screening and assessing and immediately start to, in some way, settle or overlook any red flags that start to come up. Why? Because, well, now we're in a relationship, and so we've moved from sorting, screening, and assessing what's going on to trying to make it work. Do you get it? Do you see the difference? That's what we do in our thinking. If we really know that we're watching to see if deal breakers are being met, non-negotiables are being met, then we're not locking ourselves in to a pattern of thinking of, oh, I'm in a relationship. Because once we decide we're in a relationship, our thinking just naturally changes to, I need to make this work. Do you get it? This is such an important piece to understand. So I'm just throwing that out to you right now. I want you to think about this over these next few days. If I changed my thinking while I'm dating to dating is not a relationship, it's the period of time that I spend determining whether we can have a relationship, whether I want a relationship, whether this could be a healthy, conscious relationship. That's what dating is. Dating is that period of time that you're spending with somebody, getting to know somebody, and sorting and screening. And the quicker that you can do that, the more ease that you have in the dating process. It isn't cold and callous. People go, oh my God, that sounds really cold. That sounds really... If you want the dating process to be two things, if you want it to be successful and you want it to be fun, you need to have an inner strength where you can sort and screen quickly. You have to have the ability to set swift boundaries. You have to have the ability to speak up at the end of a coffee date where you know that this person is not a good fit for you. You've seen some things that are not okay. Maybe there's some great qualities, but also you're going, there's no chemistry, or there's some deal breakers that are not okay here. I already see them. You have to have the strength to say, with kindness and directness, thank you so much for the coffee date. It was really lovely to meet you, and I appreciate so much you taking the time with me here. I don't think this is a good fit, but I wish you well. Good luck with the dating process. Bye. That's it. The quicker that you can do that, do you see how that continues to open the door then to a person who really could be a good fit for you? If we keep that door closed by spending time, basically wasting time with the wrong people, we can't open the door to the right people. Okay, do you get that? All right. So the only thing I'm going to leave you with here, I want you to think about that mindset. And then I'm going to actually dive into the middle of my teaching, which I'm going to give on Sunday, and that is the requirements piece, which is the biggest piece here when you're single that I want you to work on. And I'm going to give you a quick little overview of what that means so that if you've got time, you could start to work on a requirements list right now and actually bring it on Sunday, okay? What are requirements? We have requirements, needs, and wants. What I want you to start working on, you can work on the whole thing, but the most important piece here is working on your requirements, your deal breakers, your non-negotiables. If you flush out that list and it truly is a reflection of who you are, what you want, what you're looking for and what you absolutely will not settle for. You listen to Brian talk about the period of time he spent settling. If you flush out that list is what you're going to use when you're dating to sort and screen. I don't want you using anything else. We don't use anything like, oh, but we're compatible in this way, or oh, this is really nice, or gee, we have the same interest over here. We both love to take yoga together. Those are just nice things, and they will fall more than likely under your wants. Our wants are fluff. They're just like, it would be great to have somebody who was at least 6 feet tall. At least I hope that's just a want. Needs are things like, I really need this, and needs can be negotiated and worked out. We can figure out how to meet each other's needs. Deal breakers, requirements cannot be negotiated. Okay? They're usually fairly black and white, and they're usually either met or not. What are requirements? Some of my requirements when I had them on my list were total honesty in every situation, no matter what. That somebody had the ability to be fully 100% honest, not believing that things like little white lies or whatever were okay. And some people, they're fine with that. And that's okay too if people are fine with little white lies. I'm not. And on my requirements list, that's a big one. Does someone have the ability to tell the full truth absolutely all the way through, regardless of whatever perceived consequences they think there are? That's a big one for me. Another one for me, which Brian really met, and it was just amazing to have this finally in a relationship, was the ability to sit and have a full, open-minded, open-hearted conversation around any topic, even if it was uncomfortable. That he had the ability to bring his full self present to the conversation. No avoiding, no numbing, no blaming, no criticizing. All the things we do when we don't really want to bring our full self to a conversation and work all the way through something. Sometimes it's uncomfortable, but that's a requirement for me. I offer that to a partner, and Brian offers that to me, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful to know that we don't have to worry about whatever comes up that we need to talk through, that we will sit down and we will talk it all the way through with kindness, with honesty. We'll tell the truth. We don't hold anything back, but we do it kindly and directly. So get to work this week on your own requirements list. One of the things that you can use is information that you've gotten from a previous breakup. It's the best way to look and see where were requirements not being met, because I can tell you, your breakup informs that for you. What was going on that was such a deal breaker, such a non-negotiable, such a requirement, that because it consistently wasn't being met, you finally ended that relationship? Or here's one, ouch, maybe somebody ended the relationship with us because we weren't meeting their deal breakers, their requirements. Okay? All right, this is going to be fun. So again, I so apologize if you were looking forward to this long teaching today on dating is not a relationship. But this gives you a little time. If this posts, I'm just crossing my fingers that this posts and you get this. This gives you some time to listen to this, think about what I've said, thinking about changing your mindset, about not making dating immediately into a relationship, keeping it that period of time where you're sorting and screening and assessing, knowing that's an absolutely okay thing to do, and then getting to work on your requirements list. And then watch here on my timeline, and I'm going to post on Sunday what's a good time, because I'll be in New Mexico for the next couple of weeks, and I'd love to see all of you here live on Sunday if we can do that, and otherwise on Sunday you can listen to the video, and then Wednesday, maybe we'll just continue the conversation, okay? Many blessings to all of you. I'm so happy that you're here. If this post, please share it with everyone else that you can think of. Welcome to all the new people here. Thank you, Sadie. And I'll talk to you guys all on Sunday. Peace and blessings.